Hello again, this is Alexis with Infinite Design Marketing, and let's move on in your how to edit and or create a new page. So once you've logged in, click on Page and Manage Pages. And again, let's just talk a little bit about how pages are set up in the site. So you want to think of this as a bird's eye view of the file structure or architecture of the main pages of your site. So it's not the entire site, but it's the main pages. Anything that is a static created page. So in here we have About Us, Blog, Contact Us, Local Area, MLS, etc. MLS page, you won't really want to go in there and touch. If you want to make changes to your MLS, you're going to log in at your MLS and it will update through that API. So I wouldn't go in that page. The blog page is just a protocol to hold the framework. You don't want to go in there and play with that at all. You're going to edit your blog over here in the blog section, and we'll do a video on that as well. Pretty much anything else is going to be good to go for editing information. So again, every page of your site is named index.php. So if you were going to create a new page, let's say you're going to create a new page and we're just going to call it test. Let's call it test page because I want to show you how to use two words in a URL. But what you're going to want to do here is if I just say test page and I continue to create the elements to make this page, then what it's going to do is I'm going to cancel this so you can see, cancel. It's going to just throw it out here in this, what we're going to call the root of the directory, and it would make a new folder here called test page. Well, what if I wanted test page to be in the About Us? Maybe I'm going to add a drop down and I want it to be in the About Us section. So I'm going to go create a new page. I don't want it live yet because I'm just building it and I'm not sure. I don't mind if I have it on the sitemap or not. Typically, if it's not live yet, I might say no. But I'm a little worried that I'll forget, so I'm going to leave it on. And that means make this page a part of the sitemap that Google looks at to search the site. Password Protect is on every one of these pages. It's default. If you've not ordered Password Protect system on your site, keep it at no, because if you put yes, it will bring a drop down onto the page and simply frustrate your users because it won't work because there's no backend attached. So let's say we want this page called test page About Us section. So I'm going to go About Us, and I'm going to want to check because I'm never sure just what something's named. So I'm going to open another tab. I already had that open, didn't I? And put the site up there. And I'm going to go to About Us. And I can see right here that it's a capital A, a hyphen, and a capital U. So let's go back in here. I had it right. So there we go. And then after that, I'm going to put a hyphen or a forward slash, put test hyphen page. We like to use those hyphens because if you space, the server will interpret that as a little string of code, and different browsers might bring it up differently or not find it, or it can just be problematic. So it's always good to have that hyphen in there. And then I'm going to say / index and lowercase.php. So uppercase, hyphen, uppercase, same formula, and then lowercase.php. This is a page inside the About Us folder. It's going to have another folder called test page, and then the document index.php. I'm going to name it test page. Oops. And I don't need keywords. Keywords are search and single words kind of thing. And then the description works. The description and the title tag work as metadata, which are pulled from the Google bot and displayed on the search engine results page. So when you type in shoes Santa Rosa, California, it might say test page and then whatever your description is. The description should be no more than 158 characters with spaces, and it should be a free advertisement, and it needs to be very relevant to this page here. Whatever content is on this, you want to talk about that here. So making this searchable and this searchable and interesting is a really good thing to do. Page type. In this particular site, we have one page type. It's your default. You don't want to mimic your home page for another page of the site. So, and your blog and your property are all set up separately over here. So you don't need to worry about this. This will just always be default. Social is to add social links and comment enabling on the page so that people can make comments on specific information. You can also leave that off. This is for individual bannering, and this here is your content editor. If you have someone working on the site that works in HTML, they can click this code. Sorry, my computer's backing up. Let me stop that. Which is why it's just all blank. Well, there's nothing on it, so that's why it's all blank. So let's say I said test page, and then some, fake content down here. Okay. So I can bold, italic, underscore, strike through, super and subtext, numbered list, bulleted list, alignment tools. These are pasting and copying tools. If I'm going to write something in Microsoft Word and copy and paste it into the website, I'm going to come down here and I want it to be placed right here. Then I'm going to click this Word button, and then I'm going to copy in Word, and I'm going to paste it here and click OK. What that does is it removes any of the what's termed junk code that Word produces from the HTML code so that the browser can read the page properly. You have spell check, etc., a couple of different tools, sizing and such. And then here you have styles, but we've styled the elements that are necessary on the page. So, for example, the header of each page would be what's called the header 1 or the H1 tag. And you would come here and you would select H1, and it's going to turn it into the blue and into the font that we've selected as that page font. This text should be listed as normal. If it looks different on the page when it's live, you just come in here and highlight it and come into here and click on that normal and it'll show up. You can change the size of fonts, the color, the highlighting background of them. You can insert pictures. So let's say I want to have a picture right here. I'm going to click here and I'm going to browse the server. And it's going to show me all the files in that server, and let's see, maybe I'm going to go into local area, and I'm going to take this nice picture here, and I'm going to put Jeff M. Okay, and then I'm going to say okay, and there you are on the page. Okay, all right, now let's say I want to link this text right here. I highlight the text, and then you see these little globes. If that text already had a link, they'd both be showing up. This one would not be grayed out. And you could click it to unlink it if you wanted to. But if you wanted to link it, you would click here. Now let's say I want it to go to the Contact Us page. I'm going to click Contact Us. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to put it in. And I'm going to say Target Self. Anytime your link is going to a page within your website, make it self. If you're going to a site that is not in your website, it's somebody else's site, you would choose blank. So those are the only two you really need to deal with. Okay, so that's pretty much everything for creating a new page, and then I'm going to click Save. And look, there's nothing here now. That's because it's the first time we've opened this page, and we went in through create a new page, and so the system is going to assume that we're just in the process of creating new pages, and it's going to give us a blank slate. Sometimes it does a funky little thing where it leaves some of the residual text here because it thinks you want to keep that formatting. So before you start editing again, always look up here. If there is nothing here, nothing went wrong, the system's trying to set you up to duplicate, but go back here and pick your page. Okay, so where did that page go? We went under About Us, Test Page. There it is. We're going to click Action, Edit, and now I can edit that page. So let's say I want to see that page. Let's go out here, the end of the URL, put it in, and there's the page. There's the link. I can click to it. Oh, I guess I didn't. Oh, I did .org. What was I thinking? Okay. Let's see if we can't fix that. Right here, see that? It needed this. Once you have that / in there, that was a good lesson. This will switch to Other. And once that switches to Other, it means that this is a page within your site. If this says HTTP, any of these things, then it's something else. So that wants to be Other. You need that / right there. So here's where you use it. You use it in linking, in the URLs, in the linking, but you don't use it in the page name. See how there's no forward slash here? Okay. So now let's save, refresh, because we made a change, and now we're on the Contact Us page. Okay, so now let's go back and get rid of this page. Or actually, you know what? Let me show you how to link to it in the menu. Okay, so I'm going to go to the menu really quickly. So when you create a new page, it's always best if you want to add something that you create the new page first, and then you add the menu item. So now we created this page under About Us. So in the menu, we want to put it there. So I'm going to go Add Menu Item, and I'm going to say Test Page. Now I can browse to it. There it is, Test Page, and it will write it for me here. I want it to come up Self. I want the order to be 1 because I'm only going to have one item under that drop down, and the parent is About Us. And I do want it to show on mobile, so save. And now look, I have a drop down. Okay, so I'm going to come back here. I'm going to refresh. Now I have a drop down, Test Page, and let's go to About Us first. And now I'm going to go to Test Page, and there it is. So that's how you create a page and link it. Let's go in there and get rid of that. So we're going to get rid of it in the menu. Delete. Yes. Okay, so now you see it's gone. And then I'm going to go into Pages, Manage Pages, About Us. I have to open the folder. Come in here, Action, Delete. Oh, I hit. Okay, let's try that again. Second cup of coffee, I think. Edit, delete. Yes, I want to delete. Okay, now let's talk about editing a page. So I have this page here and I want to edit it. There's a couple of things you can do. Let's say you want to make a new page, but you want it to look exactly like the About Us page. You can click Duplicate and you'll get all of that content and material in place, kind of like what the system does occasionally in a default. And then you can add all the top information about the name of the page and whether it's live and that type of a thing. But for just editing a page, let's say we have this page open, we won't need to touch any of this. It's all set. But let's say you want to come in here and now you want this to link. Select it, click the link. Maybe you want to change the image. Click on the image, click the editing tool. So everything that we reviewed just a moment ago, you can do. You can even spell check. Add your text content. Here we have a paragraph that, Jeff, I know you were going to change. So once you come in here, you can just highlight and delete and then just start typing away, click Save, and you're done. Good to go. It's nice and easy.